the young, incredible, honest. With Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium. Got a good matchup in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 11 now, Murray, and his throw here's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Murray now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray, his throw incomplete.
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
That's complete to John Ross. They do get 9 there on the dump-off, but it's not enough. It's 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range and all.
Going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Made open, it's Moss, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 53 yards. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. Able to slither by. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 133 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Hey, echo.
2nd and 4. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray throwing the out route incomplete. It's Chandler.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Monte Nicholson picks it. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Down. 8 lead. Mike. On the ball.
They'll drop to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. They were held to a field goal on their first drive, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after by Lambeau, up and good.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Johnson's got it complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Chandler, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Murray with a 3rd and long. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. Murray now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Now a give right side. It's Chandler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now in the
putting together a team. A lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Back to throw here. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
5 and something really to take into the lockers here. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, Orbit. Ready?
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it's going to be second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
A first down carry for Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Samson Abuka, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for it.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Shift. 36. Check safety. Hey, lock it.
2nd and 6. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Moss. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And able to push.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he coughed it up. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw in film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Samson Abukum. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is end of the weekend in the NFC, and it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Murray now on 1st down. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. It's the fullback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man, second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Bail out. From the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Switch.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And this one complete to Smith. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. He's back to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Daniil Hunter in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal. And he's going to go down again. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21.
We got this.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Minnesota, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.
Up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Back in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'm a